Why does the US want this worthless piece of land in Afghanistan so much that they're willing to risk another war with China over it? What makes this place so important? It's a former Soviet military base called Bagram Air Base, and it's one of the largest military bases in the world. In fact, even though the US left Afghanistan in August 2021, they still want to keep this airbase, because maintaining a military presence there would cost millions of dollars. And since the US doesn't have an enemy in Afghanistan anymore, what was the point of keeping it? Well, it turns out that there is a very good reason for that. It all has to do with China. The United States and China are currently in the middle of a Cold War, so each country is trying to contain the other's influence around the world. As tensions rise, both sides are looking to form alliances with other countries to gain the upper hand. And this is where Bagram Air Base comes in. If China were to take over this base, it would be a major strategic victory for them. With this new base, China could project power throughout Central Asia and the Middle East. And that's exactly what the United States is trying to prevent. They don't want to lose this base to China because it could give Beijing too much power. But before we continue, make sure to follow for more content. Now you might be wondering who built this massive base in the first place. It turns out that it was the Soviets who constructed it during their war in Afghanistan. You see, the Soviet Union invaded the country in 1979 and quickly took control of the major cities. They needed a base near Kabul, the capital, and they chose Bagram because of its strategic location. The base was huge and well fortified, which made it perfect for military operations. The Soviets used it as a hub for their air force, which played a key role in their war effort. They also built barracks, warehouses and other facilities to support their troops. However, the Soviets were eventually driven out of Afghanistan by the Afghan Mujahideen. And when they withdrew in 1989, they left behind their military infrastructure, including the massive Bagram Air Base. Now you might be thinking, why is this base so important? What makes it so special? Well, it turns out that the answer is quite simple. It's all about location. The base is located in a strategic area that allows for easy access to multiple countries. From here, military forces can quickly reach Central Asia, the Middle East, and the Indian Ocean. This makes it an ideal location for those looking to project power in the region. Not only that, but the base is also close to some of the world's major shipping lanes. This means that military forces stationed here can easily monitor and control the flow of trade. During the Cold War, the US didn't have any bases in the region at all. But with the fall of the Soviet Union, they saw an opportunity to change that. In 2001, they struck a deal with the Northern Alliance, an anti-Taliban group that gave them access to 7 airports, including Bagram. At the time, the US wasn't interested in occupying Afghanistan, but they did want to use the country as a base to attack the Taliban after 9/11. However, things didn't go as planned, and they ended up staying for 20 years. Now the question is, why don't the Chinese want this base too? To put it simply, they want to control the trade routes in the region, and they see Bagram Air Base as a key part of that plan. By having a base there, they could monitor and control the flow of goods and make sure that their interests are protected. Not only that, but it would also send a message to the other countries in the region that China is a major player on the global stage. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. See you next time.